Hey everyone, and welcome to the Pop-Up Craft Challenge at the Ajax Public Library. My name's Carly, and I am so excited to have all of you here for our last Pop-Up Craft of 2021. If you'd like to introduce yourselves to me as well, please feel free to do that. We have a comment section down below that you can use for that. Before I get to today's theme and how everything works, I'd like to thank everyone so much for joining us this year. It's been wonderful to have all of you working on your crafts, and I hope we'll see more of you in 2022. So a quick explanation of how this program works in case you haven't attended before. Hello. Um, so this works a little bit differently from, for example, Friday Maker Night, where I give you an outline and we make a craft based on that. With the Pop-Up Craft Challenge, I'm just going to give you a prompt, like, for example, snow. And your job is to make a craft based on that prompt using just whatever you happen to have around the house. It doesn't have to be any particular thing, whatever you can think of that uses materials that you already have. I hope that makes sense. So today's theme is frozen fun. So that can mean lots of different things, right? It can mean we make something related to ice and snow, or even to the movie Frozen, if you're a fan of that movie. Uh, it could mean you make a craft based on your favorite winter activity, or even something like ice cream, right? Anything that the word frozen can apply to, that sounds like a good fit to me. So I'm going to do an example craft to give you an idea of something that you might make based on this theme, and see if you can guess what I might be making. So the materials I'm using today are construction paper, a little hole in it already, um, markers, pom-poms. I've got 4 small ones here, pair of scissors, some yarn, and last but not least, a hot glue gun. So my first step is going to be to cut a shape out of my construction paper. And while I'm doing this, I would like for you guys to start thinking about what you might like to make when you do your pop-up craft. So do you think you'd like to focus on the snow theme and maybe make a snowflake or an icicle or something like that? Do you think you'd like to focus on Frozen, the movie, right? And make something related to your favorite character, maybe? Or maybe you'll make an animal that likes to live in a place that's frozen, right? Like a penguin or a polar bear. Here's the shape I've cut out, by the way. My next step is going to be, actually, I think I need to make one small change to this. Give me one moment. There we go. I'm sure you've already got some guesses about what this is going to turn out to be. My next step is going to be to decorate it with my markers. I'm not going to go too crazy on this because you're all here watching and probably want to get to your own crafts, but I'll just do a couple of quick decorations on this. So do you have any ideas yet for what you're going to be making yourself? Another method I suggest for figuring that out is thinking about what stuff you have around the house, right? If you know you have a lot of cotton balls, for example, you could probably make a snowman out of those or something like that. If you know you have a lot of white paint, you might be able to paint something covered in snow, right? Lots and lots of different options. All right, I'm done my drawing. So I'll show you how I've decorated it. Here it is. What's my next step? Yes, I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to glue some pom-poms onto this knob on the top. If you have guessed by now what it is that I'm making, feel free to shout that out in the comments. I'm sure a few of you know at this point. So there I've added the glue. See that? There's a ball of glue at the top, and I'm going to stick my pom-poms on one at a time. Here we go. They may not all fit, that's okay too. Well, let's see. They just barely fit. Whoops. So they're a little heavy, but they're all on. And there's one last step for me to do, which is to cut off a couple of strands of yarn. So here's one, and here's two. I'm not going to worry about making them exactly the same length. I'm just going to go with my gut here. Perfect. I'm going to add a little more hot glue to the back of my project, and then I'll be able to hold it up to the camera so that you guys can see. There's one, and here's the second one. All right, what do you think this looks like? If you've been saying hat every time I've asked throughout this program, you're absolutely right. Yeah, this is a hat. A little small for me, but it kind of fits. And yeah, wow, I definitely didn't make those yarn strands the same length. Oh well. So now it is your turn. Think about the theme today, frozen fun, and look at what you have around your house. See what you can come up with that you can make for yourself. If you'd like to share what you create with us, please feel free to do that. If you tag the Ajax Public Library on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and use the hashtag APL Craft Challenge, we'll be able to see all of your beautiful craft creations. Can't wait. Um, and just before we go, as I mentioned earlier, this is our final Pop-Up Craft Challenge of 2021. And starting next year in 2022, keep an eye out for a new in-person version of this program coming to our Audley branch. So I hope we'll see some of you there. Thank you again, everyone, so much for being part of this program this year. I hope we'll see more of you in 2022, and happy holidays, whatever you might be celebrating. Bye for now.